56 days ago, we stood before you detailing the ongoing issues with Claremont County Animal Shelter. Many of these issues were not new, nor were the requests unrealistic. After 3.5 years of your control, the state of the shelter is in disarray, overcapacity, non-existent staff, and an unending list of facility needs unresolved and misappropriation of funding. Have any of you worked or volunteered in an animal shelter? Have any of you had experience with running a shelter? Within the past year, have any of you spoken or visited with neighboring county shelters to discuss their budgets, priorities, and/or assess where we can improve? Yes, we were here 56 days ago pleading for your help, but it didn't start with that meeting. Volunteers, the community, and the staff have emailed, called, and spoken with you directly, including staff meeting with HR. What's clear is the county lacks the basic understanding and knowledge of what truly needs to happen in order to run this shelter effectively. We're not asking you to become experts, but we are begging, if not demanding, for you to lean in and learn or discuss an exit plan. Animal welfare is not for the faint of heart. It takes a special individual to continue walking through those doors day in and day out with what we see. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, and the insanity has to stop. Lives are at stake, and we need change, and we need results. What you failed to hear, see, or understand is the current conditions are inhumane and violate the American Veterinary Medical Association's 5 freedoms of companion animals. County management is currently obstructing the ability to order important medications, resulting in some of our most at-risk dogs being unmedicated cold turkey. Our lack of medical budget is unethical and inhumane, putting immense strain emotionally and physically on our one and only vet tech. The shelter lacks leadership, experience, and clearly defined management structure to hold individuals accountable and responsible for their actions. Due to staffing constraints, the dogs are only getting outdoors once per day, the last group often being in the heat for several hours. Morning clean isn't done until late afternoon and at times near close. With feces in their kennels, dogs are fed dinner and forced to sleep in the same place. The ceiling has what appears to be mold and mildew growing and could be a direct correlation as far as why 21 of our current dogs on site have had respiratory illnesses in the last 7 months, not including those that have gone to rescue, not including those that have been adopted. A $60,000 donation given to the county with explicit directions for its use has yet to be utilized after a year. And the state attorney has also been told that the current wash tub we are using was purchased with the donation, which is false information. We are still waiting on the commercial washer and dryer, which was mentioned today. We still lack the restaurant-grade dishwasher specified with the estate donation, leaving staff and volunteers to wash hundreds of items by hand a day, which you see in those images. These dogs do not deserve this. The impact of your failed decisions is blatantly clear. The failure to hire and retain, reduced hours for the public, which has led to an 11% decrease in adoptions year over year, and misappropriation of funding has created a chain reaction and a perfect storm of illness, filth, negligence, and overall deterioration. More dogs than ever are getting sick and put in isolation, which means little to no human contact, zero interaction with dogs, and little to no time outside of quarantine. On July 20th and 21st, 18 dogs were put into isolation and quarantine. Extended isolation leads to behavioral and emotional deterioration and increases the likelihood of reactivity, bites, and euthanasia. Full-sized adult dogs living in pop-up crates in their own bodily fluids where they also eat their meals. What else do we have to say or do to prove to you and get answers and actions? You have made it abundantly clear that you do not have what it takes to run this shelter, nor are you willing to invest the money that is necessary to run one. Please hold yourself accountable and do what is right. Define a timeline for us to bid this shelter to a private entity. You failed the dogs of the past and the present, and I refuse to let you do it to the future.